Alright, so this is the 2018 Mustang GT, and this is the new 12-inch digital instrument cluster. I do have the premium model, so I do have the bigger screen on it. Got the heated and cooled seats here. Can't see too much, but it's a pretty dark night out here in Dallas, Texas. But just a little brief overview. Yeah, and you do have the ambient lighting here as well. Bottom. The pedals, as well as the cup holders. Take those out. So, a couple quick things. So, you can customize the heck out of this thing. Could really go into almost an hour on how much you can do with it, but you can switch your different gauges on it. So you got a few different options here. I personally leave it on this option. This little tack is pretty cool. But so basically, to get to the configuration mode on your steering wheel, you're going to hit this little pony button, and this is where it's going to show your settings. So my mode's kind of what your custom setting is, and you can kind of adapt that to what you would want. Exhaust mode, of course. I do have the active exhaust on this, so I can try and give you a little demonstration. Just roll the window down here. So this is the quiet mode on it. Let's see. Not sure how well you can hear that, but I typically only ever mess with quiet, normal, and track, but this will be normal. And then I usually just go up the track from there. It sounds pretty good. But it's a little demo of that real quick. Track apps, of course, you got your acceleration timer, brake, line lock, if you want to do the burnout deal. Gauges, once again, you can configure them to the different ones that you would like. You can have up to 3, but you can choose pretty much which ones you'd like to have via check mark, and then OK, and then they'll pretty much show up there next. Or you could just press this little down arrow here, and it'll skip through them. So you can have up to 3 like that, and you can configure them to how you would like. Once again, I typically leave it here on this little arrow. And let's see other things. Oh, color. Yeah. This is another thing that's very customizable. The color on the entire dash. You can change it. I typically leave it on ice blue, but I'll just go through them real quick. And this will change your primary color. Green. It'll actually light these little dials up too if you have the performance pack equipped GT. Or EcoBoost, I believe. Purple. That's pretty neat. Blue. Orange. Orange looks pretty cool. Red. It's pretty nice too. I typically leave it on ice blue just to match the standard buttons here, which do not actually change with your color setting. They're stuck on this default kind of ice blue, which is kind of standard across the Mustangs. So typically have it matching. And then you got your secondary color here, which I have set to green, but you can of course change it. Ice blue, gray, green, purple, blue, orange, and red. And you can also customize them via this My Color app, or right here. You can actually create your own color, which is pretty neat. You have a little color wheel, and you can mix and match and create your own color essentially, which is really neat. But once again, I typically leave it on secondary on green. Yeah, typically what I do. Other things, ambient dim, you can turn it on or off. High is the high setting, and you can actually put it to a low as well, which, let's see, yeah, kind of dims it down a bit, but I typically leave it on high, yeah, so you can see it a bit better. And you can change the color on that. I typically leave it on blue, but you can go to white. I'll just give you this as a reference. It's the best thing you can see. White, green. This is just what I'm going through. Purple. It's pretty neat. Glows up down there and over here as well. Blue. It's pretty cool. Orange. And red, which is pretty neat too. Star Wars almost, really. And that also, of course, changes this little Mustang emblem that you have as well. Let's go through this real quick. Orange, blue, purple, green, white, ice blue is what I typically leave it on, so we'll just go ahead and stick with that. And of course, if you have the GT, you will get the pony projection lights, which are really, really cool. I can show that a bit to you right now. Let's see, let's get out here real quick. Pretty nice. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And I do have mine in the metallic gray, which I do like. Just give you a brief overview real quick. And those are the new LEDs on the 18 Mustang, which I think are really cool. Pony on this side as well. And of course you get that new rear wing spoiler with the 18 variant with the new angular tri-bar taillights. And I'm not sure if you can see the quad tip exhaust, but it does have that. That's another brief overview. Looks really neat. So we'll go and get back in here real quick. Okay. Roll this up. Okay, so that's the color setting. Let's see. And let's see, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this, like I said. Other main thing that you mess with will be cluster appearance. And you can change with the drive mode, so whenever you hit this little toggle switch, the mode, you can have it programmed to where it'll switch between sport, normal sport, or track. Typically I don't mess with it too much, but I typically leave it on normal, which is just the standard, 2 gauge, which looks pretty cool. But you can change it to, and you're able to do this without actually changing the driving mode. You can change the different clusters, and you can just be driving normal, which is what this indication is. The car is just in normal, and you can just change it on the fly anytime you want. This is the sport mode, which is pretty cool. And it can the whole tack bar, it'll rev up like that, which is pretty neat. Then of course track, which is really interesting. Got a whole tachometer bar here. That's really neat how you can do that. Like I said, typically I leave it in normal, but they're both really fun to play with every now and then, depending on what your interest is. But yeah, but that's kind of a brief overview of the things I generally mess with, things that most people maybe be interested in on the new 2018 Mustang. Do think it's very worth it for the new year model with the cluster and all the new features, the active exhaust as well, and all that stuff. So definitely looking to getting one, and hope this video helped. I'll try and return back with kind of a more daytime appearance overview of the new car, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. And but yeah, this is the 2018 GT Mustang with the performance pack. So thanks for watching.